supposed to, so he wound up taking Matthew to the police station early this morning so my sister can take him down there. And I'm only doing this interview because I know he about to. I know he about to. So let me get mine out first. Anyway, so my sister proceeded to go take all the kids down to the kids talk today. My CPS worker come calling and texting me, talk about some. Well, and I told my sister, like, do not release my son to nobody. When you take him up there, release him back to me. Don't let nobody get my son. Right? She's like, all right. Tisha, for real. Do not let nobody get my son. Because Cooper gonna be up there. He gonna be trying to just don't let nobody. She was like, no, she told me to drop him back up at the police station. I said, no. Do not let nobody get my son. Bring me all my kids back to me. So she up at the police station. She up there at the kids talk. She come calling me like, do you know they just came in here and tried to get Matthew, and I told them no. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah. They came here and got Matthew and said they going with his daddy. Are y'all listening to what I'm saying? You know the baby talking. Can y'all hear me now? Cause the baby talking. Can you hear me now? Okay. So I gotta start over. No. Okay, keep going. Here. So anyways, my sister come calling me like they trying to take Matthew. And I'm like, what? Trying to take Matthew? Why? Like, yeah, the CPS worker just came in here and Cooper up here too. I said, how the fuck Cooper get up there? Because remember, Cooper couldn't go up there because they only had 2 people. They could only have 1 person take him. So how the fuck he get up there, right? So I'm like, no. So my sister was trying to fight to get my son back. So they wound up, hey girl. So CPS wound up calling the police. So the police came up there. And my sister, no, I ain't say don't tell him nothing. I said, after Matthew got his meeting, here come Cooper and CPS water trying to snatch Matthew. And they know, I already told the CPS worker that he got to come back with me. So they had to call the police. So now the police was up there. And so now we're waiting. So my sister like, no, y'all not leaving with my nephew. His mama told me, y'all got to stay with me. So I'm like.
If you came back, maybe she might go back there and get, I got to go pick up pie.
Okay. So.
And you want to take a boy with you? Want to take a boy with you what?
No, you're fine. Okay. So,
I'll be right back.
Okay. So at this point, I'm calling my lawyer. So let me call my lawyer. So I call my lawyer. So my lawyer like, dang, I had to fill my lawyer in on everything that was happening because I haven't been talking to my lawyer because I ain't have my phone anyway. So anyways, so at this point, I'm going back and forth. I'm telling my sister to show the police officers my court order. Like, hold on, he can't just take him custody of my son. CPS didn't go to get no court order. CPS don't got no court order against me. So they can't make no decisions about me unless they had a court order. They're like, nah, you gotta open a CPS case. So that means that he can just go over here. I said, no, not legally. He cannot because CPS don't have a court order against me. All of this that I'm going through is not mandatory. I'm doing whatever they tell me to do, but there's not no court order. It's something that, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing it because I want to do whatever y'all tell me to do. But it's not no court order, so you're not about to just snake my son because literally I can go back home if I want to. You would have to go get a court order to make me not go back home. I'm just here because I want to be in compliance with what y'all saying. And I've been in compliance with what y'all saying, but y'all not about to just take my son from me. They was like, well, you can see your son Wednesday. No, you can't tell me how I can see my son because I have a court order that's already saying that I am the sole physical. I'm supposed to have sole physical custody of Matthew, which means that he's supposed to be with his mother. That means sole physical custody means he lived with me and he visit him. He had his parenting time. So my sister couldn't do nothing because, I wasn't up there. My sister was up there. So I'm like, okay. I call my sister back. I'm like, oh. She's like, damn, I couldn't get Matthew. But I got the other boys. You got the other boys, but you couldn't get Matthew? All right. So she come in the door. I said, as soon as she come in the door, give me my keys. I'm about to throw you $10, an extra $10. Can you watch them? I need to go get my son. I went straight to the police officers, to the police station. Talk to the police officers. Show them all my court documents. They was like, well, okay, we're going to put in the order. We got to call CPS first. They looked up CPS. I said, you got to tell them that he don't have a court order and CPS don't have a court order. So they cannot legally make no decisions on my well-being unless they have a court order. You let them know that. It was like, well, yeah, but technically it's not kidnapping. I said yes, because under your penal code law, 7221038, it says that you cannot abhor my child from me because I don't know where my child is at. I haven't seen him since Friday. So he like, all right, let me call CPS first. So he called CPS. We're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So I get a call from my lawyer. I'm like, okay. My lawyer like, look, this is the case. I finally reached out to your CPS worker. I'm like, okay, reach out to my CPS worker. What'd she say? At this point, I'm sitting in the chair, still fighting for my son, right? The police officer called CPS like, so I'm on WhatsApp showing,
in 10 miles, take exit 44 onto Pennsylvania Route 663 toward Pottstown.
So I had to show him video, and I had the police officer with his face in the camera like, I'm letting you know, sir, if you right now that if you don't return. Okay, it's only 5:35. They say it's 6 o'clock. So he gonna try to drag it.
She just called, texted, you can go back to.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. But just go get her. She just text you. Go ahead. But thank you. So my sister about to go get my son. But anyway, we was back and forth. So the only thing is, they probably gonna have a court case now because I guess they're mad or whatever like that, or they can just gonna drag it out to see what somebody gonna say Friday. But right now, I feel like when they talk to my lawyer, I was sitting up there like, I was like, okay, let me talk to my lawyer. So my lawyer was like, yeah, they told him, because my lawyer can't talk to them because they went in against the attorneys for prosecutors. So he can't ask about my case because they about to press charges against me and they gonna get a court order for my kids to be removed. But as for now, yeah, you right. You can't. So I had left out after he said, I said, wait, he's like, yeah, it can be a long, lengthy process, but you can fight for your kids, but they can't remove your kids until you get done with the investigation. I'm like, no, that don't sound right. How you gonna have me wait and fight? It can possibly be up to 18 months to fight in court for my motherfucking son when, no, it's not guilty until proven innocent. It's innocent until proven guilty. What are you talking about? I'm like, so I'm telling him, because I'm saying, so do you know that after that I can go get an ex-party release and have to within 14 days of a judge order? Do you know that? And I would have a jury case. I can bypass that process quicker by just going down to the court and get an ex-party release. And within 14 days, the judge got to see me by jury for me to prove my case. I'm not about to wait no 18 months. Nothing. See, the people don't know their law. They don't know what the fuck to do. They don't know their system. They don't know their penal codes. They don't know their policies. Like I told them, CPS didn't put no court order in. Me and my grandma's house is not mandatory. Me and my grandma's house is me agreeing to some shit. So he like, so I'm like, you know what? So I went back into the building. I said, wait, no. I can get my son. Was he like, well, this is CPS. So I said, CPS is not above the law. And I said, sir, if you don't give me my son, I'm going to press charges against you. Now, by law, they can definitely put a court order in to switch custody. No,
Girl, that was so old. That shit. Y'all was looking at the toothpaste. Come back and see.
Okay.
No, you know what?
What I was gonna say. Yeah, they can put a court order to get custody of Matthew. They can. But as for now, they don't. So I told him, I said, sir, if you don't, I'm trying to tell you, sir, that this is your policy about kidnapping. He like, okay, he was like, all right, I'll put in a kidnapping order. But guess what? You ain't gonna be able to see. We ain't gonna be able to talk to somebody to protect us till the morning. I said, till the morning, go ahead. And eat it in the kitchen. To the morning, I said, okay, do you know by the court of law that if you put this kidnapping order in, that you have to enter it into a missing child? Do you know that? And if you do not mention this into a missing child for the federal it really go on a okay, can y'all hear me? I told him that if you know that ain't no just putting in no order of kidnapping and then the detective is gonna call me in the morning. That's not how that go. I said, sir, you was a public servant. That means that you work for me. Go get your watermelon. And you cannot go against your penal code laws. If you put this into a kidnapping, if you put this into the system as a kidnap, you have to put it into the database and do a missing persons report. He was like, okay, all right. How do Matthew look? What size is he? What he have on when the last time when you seen them? Yeah, because I know my law. And then he was like, no, then the CPS worker called back. So I'm like, okay. She was like, no. We had a agreement. We had agreement, this and this and that. And I said, okay. Well, I don't give my consent to that. I said, you know what? I will give my consent to going back to my grandma's house. If y'all wanted to be supervised, I could be supervised till y'all investigate. But I don't consent to switching my custody over to another person unless you have a court order to do that.
She called me and said, they ready, I'm gonna call you.
Okay. All right. So.
Is it your court or all the way?
But anyways. So after that, I'm like, you know what, sir? Just let me speak to your supervisor. He was like, thank you. So I'm put a supervisor on the line. So the supervisor said, okay, come on, explain me the story. So I explained the story to him. And I said, sir, please, I'm telling you right now, I don't care if they do put a court order in tomorrow or 24 to 48 hours, you cannot violate my rights right now, sir. And if you violate my rights not right now, sir, what? Okay, wait. Sit down. I'll see your grandma come back.
What she gonna bring?
If you violate my life, sir, my rights, sir, I can sue the department because you are basically trying to hold my case until CPS go hurry up and get a court order. That's not how that go. You got to release my son to me first. Then CPS got to go get a court order. He was like, okay, he technically right. Then CPS got back on the phone. Okay, Mario, can you at least give Cooper enough time to bring Matthew up there? Come calling me something now at 6 o'clock. So I don't know what's about to happen. He said I'm going to get my son back at 6. Unless they got a court order. Other than that, I'm getting my son back at 6. Because I done did everything these motherfuckers told me to do. Everything CPS told me to do, I did it. But you're not about to take my rights from me. Because Matthew got a fucking dentist appointment tomorrow anyway. And I just went up to the school and made sure that Cooper can't drop him off. So that's dumb to go back to the school and to make him. That's just dumb. You causing more trauma and stress on the damn child and me. No, he was trying to. No, if I wasn't fighting, he was trying to keep my son until Friday.
Next Friday.
He was trying to keep my son until Friday. No. You had your parenting time. That was your weekend. Bring me my son back to me. I know they trying to get a 24-hour court case, but I'm about to see my son until. No. I'm about to see my son until. No. I'm going to fight to the last end of the extent of the law. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to fight until the last extent of the law because, no, but you ain't got no court case right now. So right now, I've been in compliance, but I'm not about to be in compliance with switching my son. I told her, because like I told the police officers, you can't tell them
In 2 miles, take exit 44 onto Pennsylvania Route 663 toward Pottstown.
Where a child's supposed to go when I have a court order from the documents stated in November 11th that sole custody goes to the mother and the father can only have parenting time. He got to go to court and to do that. And I said, sir, you have to enforce the law because you are a public servant. You work for me, sir. And you got to work under a penal code, sir. And the CPS workers are under a policy. They have to follow their policy. They can't go out of their policy. They can't be biased. They can't go off their own discrepancies of what they feel like the child should go. They have to have a court order. This me being here right now is not even a court order. I'm here. I can go leave and put my kids in the house and they will have to go get a court order. I'm the one that's been in compliance with them. I've been telling y'all this shit the whole fucking time. But this is not mandatory. And CPS can't do anything if I'm not defiling the law. Defiling the law is put my children at risk to be in immediately neglectful way. I'm here with my grandparents, so they can't say that the child is in immediate danger. Immediate danger means that the police officer can then take the child out of a place if the child was immediately in danger. Them being over here is not in danger. They can't say, "Oh, she at she at home," and we don't think that this, we don't think that, because we're not doing our investigation. Legally, they have 14 and 30 days to investigate.
Use the right lane to take exit 44
And if
onto
they wanna get a
Pennsylvania
24-hour,
Route 663 toward
court order,
Pottstown.
they can get a 24-hour court order. But until then, I want to see my son because I love my son. They can get a court order right now. They can hurry up and go down there and get a court order right now. Before 6 o'clock, I won't get Matthew. That's fine. But I'm going to fight until the very last end of it.
Take the exit.
And not only that, it have to be served to me in my hand for it to be valid. That's number one.
What about number 2? Or number 3 or number 4?
Right. I can file for contempt of court, but I didn't have to go down there and tell them that it was contempt of court. They could have tried to hit me with a contempt of court, but because I already had court documents as of November 11, 2022, I just went to court for this. He already tried to kidnap my son last time, and I went to court for this, and I got an actual court.
Continue on to
now
John Fry's
that's
Highway.
recent, where he cannot just do that. He have to go back. He got to go back to court. He cannot violate. Now, he can get hit with a contempt of court, and also he can get hit
At the
with a
light,
kidnapping.
use the right lane to
Because
turn onto
it
John
hasn't been
Fry's
20
Highway
it's been
toward
way more than
Pottstown.
24 hours since I seen my son. And don't let them do that to y'all. Yeah, they can get a court order, and that's fine. Then I will follow a judge. I'm not about to follow something that's invading my rights, because I let him see his son. I
Turn
would've
right.
been wrong if I didn't drop him off at his parenting time meeting from Friday to Sunday. No, I was following the law. That's what I was about to do. Follow the law. And that's the only thing I'm going to do is follow the law. But I'm going to go down fighting and kicking and biting and screaming because that's my babies and I love them. And I'm not going to willfully give it up. Motherfuckers think I'm dumb. But everything have a policy and everything have penal codes. That they can take my children away with the judge. And if they happen like that, then at least I know it's nothing then I can do at that moment. Then I have to go down to court and ask for an ex parte. Motherfuckers don't know that. When a judge make a ruling on your case about come and take your kids, you don't have to wait no 18 months. They don't want you to know your law. That's why I'm an Israelite. I'm a Jew. It's in my blood. I'm a Moor by blood. So that means it is my duty as my commandments to follow the rules of the land. Following the rules of the land is also knowing how it can protect you, because since we got to follow the rules of the land,